Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of True Myths, One Lie, the game show in the form of a podcast all about urban legends, myths, mythical creatures, all the things that we don't fully understand. I'm your host, Anthony Manella, and the way that the game works is I'm going to tell 3 stories, 2 of which are from people that claim that these things have really happened to them, and 1 story that is completely made up. It is up to you guys and my guests to try and figure out which story is the lie. Today's first guest can drink an entire gallon of chocolate milk in one day. Ryan McCauley.
I wish I have the gallon. I should have just boom, pulled it up. Yeah, it's true. I can drink a lot of chocolate milk, and that's all I have to say.
Are you pushing to get to 2 gallons a day? Or is that too dangerous?
It might be a little too risky. I only drink it really on the weekends now. Or if I'm stressed. Today I had a whole gallon.
Well, so are you stressed or?
That was a rough day.
Okay. Today's second guest once went to a theme park and lost his glasses on the very first ride that he went on, and then was able to see the glasses on the floor, and no one was able to get them for him.
Yeah, shout out to Six Flags Great Adventure Support Team. You guys suck.
Anyway, today we're going to be talking about something a little bit spooky. It started out as a creepypasta, but people swear that it's more than a creepypasta, claim that it's real. We're talking about haunted staircases in the woods.
I love these.
For those who don't know, basically haunted staircases in the woods are literally just that. It's supposedly you're walking through the woods. Typically it happens when you're by yourself, not when you're with other people. These things appear, and if you climb them, bad things happen. Either bad things happen to you, maybe you hallucinate, maybe something paranormal, like you see people, you see ghosts, you trip down the stairs, sure.
I did that the other day. Not in the woods, though.
Okay, I would be really concerned if you did do that in the woods. So all of today's stories kind of cover all the spectrums. Some people say that bad things happen to you. We have a story about that. Some people say that you see things. We have a story about that. And the third one I can't even explain. Do you guys have any thoughts on haunted staircases?
I have a question. So maybe because I'm uncultured, but why is it called a creepypasta?
They're fake.
Okay, but why pasta?
Yeah, that doesn't explain anything.
You mean
they're fake.
No. I thought that he was asking what a creepypasta is.
No, I said why are they called creepypasta?
So basically my explanation for that is, are you ready to hear story number 1? I have no idea.
Do we not know?
You don't
know?
I
have no idea. Do you know?
I don't know.
What? Does anyone at home know?
I'm guessing it started as a joke, and then it's just called a creepypasta now.
I guess,
it's just accepted.
I mean, it's creepypasta, the idea of creepypasta. Did it start on 4chan?
Probably.
And then, I guess it was someone just thought that this pasta looked creepy and...
Or it could have started in, some sort of, like you said, some sort of, 4chan or Reddit thread where someone was like, I swear to you, my pasta is haunted. And it just started this whole chain of people oh, this thing's also haunted. But the pasta was the first one who started it, so that just all became known as creepypastas. I'm probably way wrong.
I hope it was bow tie pasta that was haunted.
Yeah, if it wasn't, it's gotta be the SpongeBob macaroni and cheese or something.
Oh, yeah.
Story number 1. So there's this guy, he's with a couple of people at a state park, and he decides to take a little walk through the forest. So he's walking in this forest, and of course, as all these stories are gonna go, he runs into this very large staircase. It's humongous, and the way he describes it is each step gets bigger and bigger as it goes on. So he's confused, he's questioning how this thing got here, why this thing is here. He's circling around it, and he's like, okay, little weird, but I'm just gonna go back on the trail now. And he turns around, and the trail is nowhere to be found. It's now just an endless forest behind him. So he's walking for a little bit to try and find his way out, and he sees this man who's walking towards him. And he says to the man, hey, are you on the trail? And the guy doesn't respond. He looks nervous, he looks concerned. He just nods his head yes. So our guy goes up to the other guy that he saw, and he realizes why this man is so confused and so quiet and is walking so slowly, and there's all these shoes on the ground. There's tons of just shoes, flip-flops, sandals, sneakers, everything.
Heelys?
Heelys, everything. Rollerblades, clogs.
I think this one's real.
Yeah. Crocs.
Crocs.
Yeah. So
Nice.
So they take these shoes and they put them on and they leave the park and they got out with a free pair of shoes and that's the end. No, I'm just kidding. That did not happen at all. Okay, so
Wait, so they didn't put the shoes on?
They did not.
Okay, because I thought that was real weird.
No,
Yeah,
I was just making a stupid joke. These guys see all these shoes and our main guy is like, what's going on here? What is this? And the other guy's like, I don't know, man. I saw these huge set of stairs and I wandered off to go look at it and I can't find my way out of here now. And now everywhere I look, I see these shoes on the floor. So the guys are like, all right, I guess let's just keep walking and hopefully eventually we'll find our way out of here. So they keep going. So much time goes by. They finally find a group of people riding horses. And the people riding... Your face.
Just like, what?
They find a group of people riding horses.
Okay.
Are the horses wearing shoes?
Are the horses wearing Heelys?
They are rollerblading around. Yes.
I am picturing like a horse just like heeling off.
The people on the horses find these other two guys and they direct them back towards the trail and get them out of there. So this guy now exits the trail. He goes back to the people that he came to the state park with and he's like, you're never going to believe what just happened. He tells them the story and they say,
That's the lie.
They say that's really, really weird. You should go tell a park ranger about this. So this guy goes into the park ranger office and he's sitting down with one of the guys and he's telling them he found the staircase and the park ranger goes, you didn't go on them, did you? And the guy goes, no. And he's like, okay, listen, if you did, it's okay. You can tell me. But there was a guy who came in here earlier and said the exact same thing. And then he wasn't feeling so well. He went into the bathroom and he was in there for a super long time. So we thought that he like wasn't feeling okay. So we went in there to check on him and make sure he was all right. When we went in there, all we found were his shoes on the ground. This guy never went back to the state park again. Those stairs are like, I don't know, taking people, leaving their shoes. I have no idea. That is the end of story number 1. I'm going to give you some time to discuss. Go.
Feel like that's actually familiar. Like I've heard this story before.
Really? Because my initial thought was that I think that this is the fake one.
I don't know. I have to hear the other two stories too, but it does hit all the usual stuff that these stair stories have.
Yeah, I don't know. Something about it was just feeling fake to me. It's hard to explain. It felt too written.
Oh, I know what you mean. Like the part at the end.
I don't know, there was just a lot. Like there was a lot of like structured points, like the guy encountering the other guy and they have an interaction and then the shoes on the ground.
The horses.
And then the horses
Yeah.
and they go back to the park ranger office and the guy has now disappeared. It felt like, I don't know, like a movie plot or something, you know?
But I'm pretty sure I read this one.
Really?
I might have. I'm not sure, but it sounds very like this might be like the first story I ever encountered when like reading this. The only part that threw me off was the shoe part at the end, because the one I'm thinking I read, I don't remember that part. I remember it just being like weird like that. Like, oh, I encountered horses and like that's it. Like the shoe was not,
How confident are you that you
So far, I'm pretty confident
that you read that story?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're like a little bit opposite. I mean, I feel like if it came down to it, I would probably more likely default to you if you have that strong of a feeling that you read that story. But my initial impression was that one was the fake one.
All right. I got to hear the other two as well.
Yeah, we're good. That's the end of our discussion.
Story number 2. So there's a girl, she's studying psychology in college, and one of the classes that she's taking actually wants to go on a little field trip. It's a class trip. They're going through a trail, and our main character here starts to get really, really tired. They've been walking for hours now. So what she does is she decides to just sit down for a couple of seconds, take a nice little break, take a nice little breather. She doesn't realize that she's the very last one in her group, and she's just sitting there. And it's not until she realizes that she hears nothing but birds chirping, that her group is probably pretty far away at this point, and she's alone by herself now in the woods. So she's got to go catch up to them. So She gets up to go catch up. She's walking towards them. And lo and behold, she stumbles upon a staircase. And she just gets these like intense feelings like, for some reason, I am compelled to just step on this out of curiosity. I'm compelled to go up this. So she takes a step onto the staircase, and all of a sudden, everything goes silent. It's like everything gets muted around her. She can't hear anything. So she thinks that she sees something out of the corner of her eye. She turns, she looks over there. Nothing. She takes another step. Once again, she thinks she sees something. She turns, she looks. Nothing. But this time, when she turns back to the steps, there's something standing at the top step. And it's a woman. But it's no ordinary woman. She is clearly some sort of freaky-looking, haunted entity. And her eyes are like dark. They're kind of pushed back into her eye socket. Her nose is just kind of like two black circles. And our main character here starts to panic. She goes to turn around and run off of these steps. On her way down, she's like, okay, hopefully this thing is not following me. She turns around and this thing is like right behind her. And this thing pushes her off of the staircase. And she falls. She gets cuts on her arms. She gets a cut on her leg. And to this day, she has that scar that she got from falling off of those steps. But she spoke with her class, and her class said that on their way to the trail, they did not see any set of staircase. And that is the end of story number 2. Go.
I mean, it's hitting a lot of the beats of the haunted staircase, but I do feel like that one might be a lie.
I was feeling that one was the lie, and I have a couple reasons. She sat down to take a break. No one stayed. They all just left her.
Yeah.
Right? That's weird.
Well, it happens in those stories too. It's almost like the stairs like haunt you, like it just kind of isolates you and that's the other thing too. Usually in these stories, it's just the stairs are kind of the menacing figure. There's not another menacing figure on top of it.
Right.
It's like there's something ominous about these stairs, like we don't know what they do.
Mm-hmm. So that the demonic person on top of the stairs is very uncommon in these kind of staircase stories.
Yeah, it just feels more like that's not the scary part of the story.
It feels like someone would have added that to make the story more scary.
Yeah.
This one really is standing out to me. That's the fake one.
Okay. We have a break coming up, but before we get into our break, we're going to play a quick little mini game.
I hope it's a fun one.
So we're going to play a quick little multiple choice thing, and there are going to be 4 mythical creatures that are all ridiculous. One of these I have made up. You guys have to guess which is the one that is the one that I created.
Is this the one that you did with Austin?
Yes.
Yes! I've been wanting to play this one. This one seems like a lot of fun. The characters were so absurd. This is the Loveland Frog one.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Choice number 1. The Popo Bawa. It's a mythical cryptid who lives in Zanzibar that is known for attacking people. It's a bat-like creature with one eye that'll sneak into your house, invade your dreams, and it will only come after you when you're at your weakest. Choice number 2. The Sea Monk. The sea monk was first sighted in Denmark. It is a strange humanoid fish that resembles a monk. It's not necessarily evil, it just kind of minds its own business, and though many others say that it really just looks like a giant squid.
Why not just call it a giant squid?
You guess you could.
Are we saying that monks look like squids? Or squids look like monks?
Squids look like... You hold 2 photos, squid and a monk, and you're telling me you can't tell the difference?
I can't. Choice number 3. The Pope Lick Monster. It's said to be half man, half bear, half pig. It's been seen in Kentucky.
Wait. Hold on. I'm going to cut you off right there.
Yeah.
It can't be half man, half bear, half pig.
Right,
that's
quarter,
3 halves.
So it's a quarter, whatever you want to say.
Oh, so there's
this
4
is the fake
parts.
one. This is the fake one.
No.
We got him.
I honestly think it's still the second one. The first one I actually think is real.
Well, let me keep going.
Yep.
It's said to be part man, part bear, part pig. It has been seen in Kentucky causing mischief. It's said to be a demon farmer who asked for powers from Satan and was instead turned into a goat-like creature with farm animal parts.
Okay. He didn't make that one.
Yeah.
You've heard of that one?
South Park. The man, bear, pig.
Yep.
I was like, wait, man, bear, pig, in that order.
Choice number 4, the Amadora clover. It's said to resemble a large sloth, but with antlers. Those who said that they've come into contact with this thing say that it's a sign of good luck, and something good is going to happen to you not long after you see it. It was first spotted in Quebec in 1950, but the latest sighting is as recent as 2015.
I think it's 2.
Really?
Those are your 4 choices. Discuss. Do you want me to go over them again? Or
Yeah.
say the names?
Say the names.
The Popo Bawa.
Stop. I'm gonna stop you right there. That one's totally real.
Yeah,
Well,
I know, that
there's
one's
no
real.
way
I know.
Anthony made that name up.
I know for a fact that it's real.
Okay, so we're eliminating that one. Next.
Yeah.
The Sea Monk.
That one I think is real.
That's the only name, right? That's like,
A monk and a squid.
yeah. I mean, that one was weird, but also I'm pretty sure all the other names were really out there, and that's just the sea monk. Like, all right, wait, what are the other names? Go to number 3.
The Sea Monk, the Pope Lick Monster,
That's the man, bear, pig.
Yeah.
and the Amadoro Clover.
Amadoro clover. I don't know where he would get the name Amadoro
Yeah,
from.
I don't know. Sea monk, I'm pretty confident in.
You said on that one. What's the clover one again? It's a sloth with antlers that gives you good
okay.
luck.
Resembles a large sloth, but with antlers. When you come into contact with this thing, it's said to give you good luck. Something good is going to happen to you not long after you see it. Yes.
I'm between 2 and 4. Like, would he make it that obvious that his name is the simplest one, Sea Monk? Like, do you think he would try to come up with something weird sounding to blend it in? I mean, we know it's definitely not 1 and 3.
Yeah.
Like Amadoro Clover. Like, maybe I can see him coming up with that name. Would he make it as simple as a Sea Monk? But then again, if it is the Sea Monk, how upset would you be if we get it wrong and it was the Sea Monk?
Well, I mean, it's a mini game, so there's nothing.
That's true. There's like nothing on the line here.
Yeah.
What if Seth locks in one answer and I lock in the other, and then one of us gets it right?
Oh yeah, one of us wins the mini game. Yeah, there we
You
go.
guys are a team, so you have to come to the same conclusion.
Okay, well we're breaking up. that's how we
Ryan
go.
and
That's
Seth
it.
are breaking up.
We're done.
Confirmed.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
You're so set on 2, but I kind of feel like it's 4.
All right.
So we can go with our usual and just play rock, paper,
Yeah,
scissors.
we're gonna
Oh.
leave it to rock paper scissors.
Here we go
now.
again.
Here we go.
All right, Seth and I are about to play rock, paper, scissors to decide the fate of the minigame. You ready?
Yep.
All right, let's just confirm what's gonna happen. If I win, we go 4. If Seth wins, we go 2.
Yeah.
And it's just, that's what it is. Whatever happens, happens. It's just a minigame. We don't care.
Yeah.
Okay.
Care a little bit.
I'm not gonna sleep tonight. I'm gonna be really mad. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna punch a hole in the wall.
Oh my goodness.
All right,
All right.
rock, paper, scissors, and shoot. We're gonna lose.
2.
You're locking in Sea Monk?
Yeah.
It was 4.
I knew it. For all of you guys listening, I won. I
I'm
won.
gonna go. Yeah. Yeah. Well, no, you won. Yeah, we're broken up.
I won.
Yeah.
Anthony, can you say it for me?
No.
Can you say Ryan won the minigame?
You didn't.
Can I say it into your mic?
No.
I was honestly very confident about 4, and I am, I don't want to brag, but I am kind of like an expert in rock, paper, scissors because at Taekwondo all day,
he felt bad for me that time.
yeah,
he
all
let
day
me win.
at Taekwondo, I just beat kids in rock, paper, scissors. That's like what I do.
Yeah.
And it's a well-known thing that most guys pick rock. Except for me, I pick scissors. But,
I literally never pick rock.
but yeah, I said most, not all. Most guys just pick rock. So there was a very good chance that Seth was going to choose rock, and I should have just went paper. But
Yeah.
instead, I chose scissors. I made a tactical error.
No,
We
no,
lost
no.
the
It wasn't an
minigame.
error. You felt bad for me.
You're
so,
right.
like, we would have chosen 4 if it wasn't for that.
You
Right.
guys wanted to
So
lose
we-
the minigame.
Yeah, we would. Well, inadvertently, yeah.
If we won the minigame,
But you know what? Beforehand, I was telling Ryan that I had this awful day. And he's like, you know what? At least he can win this rock, paper, scissors game.
Right, so Ryan was just doing a public service for you.
Yeah, yeah. He was just trying to, yeah.
anyway, Anthony, say it.
We're going to take a quick
Ryan
little break.
won
the
minigame. Everyone listening
Ready?
knows that I won.
Everyone knows. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
in unison now.
Ryan
take a
won
quick
the
little break.
minigame.
And after the break, we'll tell story number 3. We'll be right back. Guys, that was horrible. You guys didn't say it in unison in the slightest.
Well, no, you weren't in unison.
Yeah.
The 2 of us were together. You were the odd one out. You were wrong.
We'll be right back. And we are back.
Are we, though?
We are back. But Seth, while you're sleeping tonight, just be careful that the sea monk doesn't come out from underneath your bed and get you, even though he's
Well-
mostly harmless.
It needs to be in water, right?
don't forget about the time that you woke up and your entire floor was literally foot of water. Like, so, you know.
Feet of water.
Feet of water.
For anyone that's confused, my basement flooded once, and my room was in the basement.
So in other words, the sea monk very well could have been living in your basement at that moment, and who's not to say it won't happen again.
I'm going to blame the sea monk.
Okay, ready to start number 3?
No, not until the sea monk.
I'm ready.
Not until he apologizes for what he did to your old house?
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm with you. Let's wait until he apologizes.
Yeah, we'll wait.
We'll be right back.
Okay, all right.
And we are back.
The
Story.
sea monk has apologized.
Oh, that's so good. Okay. Story number 3. So there's a guy, he's with his grandpa, and they are going into the woods because they want to go hunting for some deer. So they're looking for the best spot to hunt for deer. So they're walking around and they're checking out all these different areas, and they decide to split up. That's where it all goes wrong. Because now, our main character, this kid is alone.
Kid?
He's not a kid, he's an older guy.
Okay, all right.
But he's looking for deer, and he's looking down at his phone when all of a sudden he realizes that he is now in shadow. He's completely encompassed by shadow. He looks up and he sees this huge staircase towering over him. He didn't notice this thing at all walking up to it, and it's huge, so he has no idea how he didn't see it, but here it is. He calls his grandpa, who split up with him, and he says, "You're never gonna believe this, but I found this huge staircase in the woods." And his grandpa goes, "Okay, stay there. I'll be there in a minute." And he says some other things. The details get lost. The phone starts to go staticky. Kid's not really paying attention. Okay, so the grandpa's now coming towards him, and the kid takes one step onto the stairs. Okay, nothing yet. Takes another step. The more that he goes up, the more silent all of his surroundings become. He starts to feel really, really weird, but he feels like he's got to keep going. And he goes and he goes. It feels like it's going on for a little bit. And he finally gets to the top step, and he hears a scream. Just this loud scream that he's pretty confident that was his grandpa. He runs off the stairs, and he finds his grandpa, and his grandpa is holding both of his feet in his hands. And he's like, "Are you okay? Like, what happened? What's wrong?" And the grandpa turns to him and he goes, "You went up the stairs, didn't you?" And the kid goes, "Yeah, why?" And he goes, "I told you not to go up those stairs on the phone." And the guy's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, like I really wasn't paying attention. I must have missed that part on the phone call. But what's wrong? Are you okay?" He lifts his hands off of his socks to reveal that his socks are entirely covered in blood where his toes are. And he takes his socks off, and every single one of his toenails looked like they were just like brutally ripped off of his grandpa. So the kid goes, "Oh my gosh, what happened? What did you do?" And he goes, "I didn't do this. You did this by going up that staircase. I told you not to go up that staircase. Bad things happen when you go up staircases." And they go back home, and they never go back into those woods ever again. And that is the end of story number 3. I'm going to give you some time to discuss. Go.
Don't go on your phone.
This kid's a bad hunter if he's hunting for deer in the woods and he's just on his phone. Like, what is he Googling where to find deer?
Yeah. Google Maps.
I thought it was weird that in this story, the guy climbed the stairs, but nothing happened to him. Something happened to the grandfather. Is that normal?
He made it all the way to the top?
Yeah, that
All the way
also
to
was
the top.
weird.
Yeah. Usually if you make it that far, like, you're kind of far gone.
So I'm going to recap all 3 stories for you guys right now.
Mhm.
And then I'm going to give you time to discuss and make your final decision afterwards. Remember, just like the minigame, you can't break up your team. You can't pick 2 different stories.
Wait, but by saying that, you admit that Ryan won the minigame.
No, he did not win the minigame.
Okay, but you
Oh, he
say that.
admitted it.
Yeah, you admitted it.
Okay, story number 1 recap. Guy goes out, he's in a national park. He finds this huge set of stairs. Really, really weird. He sees this other guy walking, He turns around to go back onto the trail, can't get back onto the trail. They find a bunch of shoes. He tells a park ranger about this. Park ranger says that this guy went into this bathroom earlier today. There was no way out, and all they found in there was his shoes. Story number 2.
Story number 1. You walk on a staircase in the woods and you turn into shoes.
Story number 2. Girl goes on a class trip. She's the only one at the back of her group. She gets stuck there by herself. The rest of her group goes on without her. As she's alone, she finds a staircase. She starts to climb up them. Things go silent. She hears things. She sees things. She sees something at the top. This thing comes after her. She runs down, and it pushes her off. Story number...
All right, story number 2. Girl has a really awful time during the field trip, but the rest of the class had a great time.
Psychology class got a little too intense for her, and it really got in her head.
Story number 3. Guy goes out to hunt for deer with his grandpa. He's really just looking at his phone. I guess I'm giving a Seth explanation here. No, he finds this huge set of stairs. He tells his grandpa about it. Grandpa says to wait there. He starts to climb up them. Things go silent. Then all of a sudden he hears his grandpa scream when he gets to the top step. Comes back down. Grandpa lost his toenails.
All right, story number 3. Old boomer loses his toenails, blames his grandson's on his iPhone.
Blames his grandson's use of cell phone. This wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for that dang technology.
All right, those are your 3 stories. I'm going to give you some time to discuss. Go.
I still think it's 2. I feel like you started drifting towards 3.
I started drifting towards 3 because I'm like, this is a little ridiculous, but I don't know.
But there was even things, like you said, in story 2 that were not correct, like the demon thing appearing.
Yeah, they all try to do like something with the stair. You know what? That's it too. Like even in the third one, it didn't do that. It didn't have an entity appear.
Yeah, 1 and 3 both did not have an entity appear. It was like, just the stairs.
Yeah, just the stairs and then toenails.
Yeah.
You know, whatever.
Like 1 and 3 were very similar in that it was just the stairs, and the stairs caused something bad to happen to someone. Story 2.
And it's feet related too. Story number 2, they try to like throw this whole entity.
Yeah, this entity attacks the girl and pushes her down.
Misses stairs, and it's no, doesn't work. Mm-mm.
So are you like coming back around?
I'm coming back to 2. Yeah, I'm starting to remember why I was like, wait a minute, number 2 seems fishy.
Yeah, because I felt like we were both very much on board with 2 before 3 was told, and as we were discussing 3 afterwards, I felt like you were getting pulled towards 3.
I was getting pulled towards 3, yeah.
But
Ryan, show me the light, Anthony. Okay, I'm sorry. Don't make faces.
I mean, look, for all
faces,
for all we know, I'm just completely wrong, and I'm pulling you back to 2, and it's actually 3. But no matter what happens, I won the minigame.
No, you didn't.
I'll go with 2.
All right, you're like comfortable going with 2?
I'm completely comfortable going with 2.
Okay, we're definitely eliminating 1 though, right?
Yeah, 1 was
1 you think you've read before.
I think I've read before. Besides that one little detail at the end, but compared to the other 2 stories, it's like, okay, I'm 80% sure.
80% sure that you read story number 1.
Yeah.
I can take 80%. So between 2 and 3, we're at a 50% chance of winning.
Yeah.
Anthony, we are locking in.
What? Where do you keep getting these from?
What is happening? Those are like the paint things, right?
Yeah, they are.
Okay, well.
Okay, for audio listeners, Seth is throwing like paint, like tags or something at me.
It's like the things that you look at in the store when you're trying to decide a paint
the
color.
Sample color.
The sample color.
Yeah, I know. I was testing them out, except with the stories now.
Seth has an infinite amount of paint samples.
I only had 2. I only had 2. 2.
Oh, it's a sign. But yeah, last time though, me and Andrew thought that us thinking Anthony's room was a sign, and we lost. But you know what? Whatever. Anthony, we are locking in story number 2 as the fake story. Confirmed.
You're locking in story number 2?
We're locking in story number 2.
And if we lose, we could blame Home Depot's paint selection.
Yep.
Thank God. I was waiting for you guys to win. It's story 2.
Yeah! Oh!
So the way that I pictured this going was that story 3 was going to be more of the outlier because of how dumb it was.
If it wasn't for Seth feeling like he's read number 1 before, yeah.
That's what I thought it was going to be narrowed down between 1 and 2.
Because in the beginning, I was very much like, oh, I think number 1 is fake. But then Seth said, no, I read this before, and that pulled me away from it.
So I have read that one before.
You totally have.
Okay.
Let's be real. I think all 3 sound completely ridiculous.
They're probably all fake.
Yeah, they're probably all fake.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, you did it.
We did it. We deserve it because the Disney one, we were supposed
You
to
guys
win.
really should have won that one. I clearly didn't know how Disney worked. I gave you every clue that I could have accidentally for you guys
and you
to
just
win
made
that
me
one.
very mad.
Yeah, you know what, Seth? I will say we are a good team because in that Disney one, we had it. Like, we
Yeah.
were right there.
I don't know what happened.
This one,
Oh, I know what happened. I got mad because I'm like, I've been in that same exact situation, and these people got free day passes.
Seth is getting fired up all
Yeah,
over
all right,
again.
I'm
let's end
still
this-
mad at that fictional couple.
Oh, yeah, you're right. We have to end this now. You guys don't want to hear Seth when he's angry.
That was me when I'm angry.
Okay.
So you already heard.
What about that time that you started spitting fire? You were breathing fire. You
Oh,
were
I
so
remember that.
mad, and there was steam
I
coming
thought-
out of your
I
ears.
thought you were saying like I was spitting fire, like rapping. I'm like, I was rapping mad
Okay, but you remember that time, right, Ryan?
yeah, I remember the time you were spitting fire.
Okay, thank you.
when I was rapping.
He was
Seth is
dropping
a-
those sick beats.
Seth is
I
a rap
remember.
god.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you guys for playing.
Wait, I have a good rap.
Oh, let's hear it.
All right. Go into the club with my brand new jeans. Open my mouth. Full of beans.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we have to end this. For those of you who are listening to this anywhere where you get your podcast, make sure to give this a rate and review. It really helps us out. And subscribe to the podcast for free so you don't miss when we post new episodes.
And go to Home Depot and just give the first worker you see there a giant hug and say, that's for 2 myths, 1 lie.
That's not even the name of our show.
Yeah.
For those of you watching the video version on our YouTube channel, make sure to give this video a like. Ryan lost the mini game. Leave a comment down below letting us know what you thought.
I'm cutting you off right now.
And subscribing to
I'm
notifications for more
unplugging
videos coming
Anthony's
soon.
mic.
No!
I won the mini game and won the main game. I am unstoppable.
Okay, hold on now. Don't get ahead of yourself
no
here.
one at Home Depot can stop him.
It's too late. I'm way too far ahead. There's no going back.
If you have stories of your own, make sure you send them in to truemyths1lie@gmail.com or to my Instagram @culture35, whichever you
Or
prefer.
you can just go into Home Depot and just tell the first worker you see. They're more than happy to listen.
I love
Great
to,
store.
I love to use your stories for a future episode, whether they're real or fake, because I can use the fake ones for a lie. That's about it. We will see you guys again next week with a brand new episode of True Myths One Lie, and on Friday with a brand new comedy skit. Bye, guys.
Anthony, it's okay to lose sometimes.
I did lose the main game, and I'm cool with that. You just didn't win the mini game.
No, you won the mini.
Bye, guys.